The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Thakri of the Mantari Collective rose from his crystalline seat. His four eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of deep contemplation among his kind. The emergency session had been called for one purpose: to discuss the humans. Colleagues, Thakri began, his translator rendering his clicking mandibles into universal standard. We must address the elephant in the room. Several delegates shifted uncomfortably. The Valorian's feathers ruffled. The aquatic Delphini's tank bubbled with agitation. Everyone knew what he meant, though none had dared speak it aloud until now. Every species in this chamber, Thakri continued, has encountered them in our myths, our nightmares, our ancient warnings passed down through generations. He paused, letting the weight settle. And they all look like humans. The chamber erupted. Delegates spoke over one another, some in outrage, others in relief that someone had finally vocalized the unthinkable. High Chancellor Vexthor called for order, her tentacles snapping against her podium. Ambassador Thakri, these are serious accusations. Please present your evidence. Thakri activated the holographic display. An image materialized above the chamber floor. A creature from Mantari folklore, tall and bipedal, with forward-facing eyes and visible teeth. Next to it, a photograph of a human woman smiling. The skinwalker, Thakri said. In our oldest tales, it appears friendly, gains your trust, then reveals its true nature. It has no exoskeleton, no natural armor. It's soft, vulnerable, yet it never stops, never tires. It follows its prey for days until they collapse from exhaustion. A Valorian delegate stood next, the featherless stalker from our legends. Another hologram appeared, remarkably similar. We thought it was myth, a cautionary tale to keep fledglings from wandering. But when we met humans, when we learned of their persistence hunting, she trailed off, wings trembling. One by one, species shared their nightmares. The Delphini spoke of the shore devil, a land creature that invaded their ancestors' waters. The Kronak described the endurance beast, immune to their paralyzing venom. The silicon-based Lithians trembled at memories of the Heatbringer, a creature that thrived in temperatures that would melt stone. Throughout it all, the human delegation sat in stunned silence. Ambassador Sarah Chen finally stood, her face pale. We had no idea, she said softly. But I think I understand. She took a deep breath. Earth is a death world. We didn't know that when we joined the galactic community. We thought every planet was like ours, harsh, unforgiving, violent. She began walking slowly around the chamber floor. Humans evolved as persistence hunters, yes. We're not the fastest, strongest, or best armed, but we can run for hours, days if necessary. We can survive in deserts that would kill most species here. We can eat foods that are toxic to others and synthesize nutrients from almost anything. Our planet tried to kill us in every way imaginable, Sarah continued, her voice gaining strength. Ice ages, megavolcanoes, asteroid impacts, pandemic diseases. And we survived. Not just survived, we thrived. We adapted. We became apex predators, not through any single overwhelming advantage, but through sheer stubbornness. She stopped at the center of the chamber. You want to know what really makes humans dangerous? It's not our endurance or our adaptability. It's that we pack bond with anything. We domesticated wolves, your predators, and made them our companions. We keep creatures that could kill us as pets. We'll form emotional attachments to cleaning robots. A nervous laugh rippled through the chamber. And most importantly, Sarah said, her eyes scanning each delegate, we tell stories. We share knowledge across generations, building on what came before. Each human stands on the shoulders of billions who came before them. We don't just adapt, we learn, we teach, we improve. Thakri clicked his mandibles thoughtfully. So you admit it. Humans are the monsters from our nightmares. Sarah smiled, a gesture that made several delegates flinch, seeing too many teeth. No, Ambassador. We're not your monsters. She paused, letting the silence build. We're the reason your monsters are only in stories now. The chamber fell silent as the implication sank in. Think about it, Sarah continued. Every species here has a monster in their past. Something that hunted them, nearly drove them to extinction. Something so terrifying it burned itself into your genetic memory. And they all look like us because they were like us. Persistent, adaptable, pack-hunting apex predators from their own death worlds. But where are these monsters now? She gestured to the empty space around her. They're not here, are they? They didn't make it to the stars. They burned themselves out through aggression, or destroyed themselves with their own violence, or never developed beyond their predatory nature. Humans made it because we learned to channel that drive. We turned our persistence toward science, our pack bonding toward cooperation, our adaptability toward peace. We're not the monster. We're what the monster becomes when it grows up. High Chancellor Vexthor's tentacles waved in a pattern that indicated deep thought. And what, she asked carefully, would you do if you encountered such a monster? One that hadn't grown up? Sarah's expression hardened, and for just a moment every delegate saw it, the predator lurking beneath the diplomat's smile. The thing that ran down prey for days, the survivor of a world that tried every way to kill it and failed. We'd do what we do best, Chancellor, Sarah said quietly. We'd endure. We'd adapt. We'd outthink, outlast, and if necessary, outfight any threat to our pack. She looked around the chamber, meeting each delegate's gaze. And like it or not, you're all part of our pack now. The silence stretched for a long moment before Thackree began clicking his mandibles. Laughter, his translator noted. Soon others joined in with their own species' expressions of mirth and relief. I believe, Thackree said, that having humanity's monsters on our side is far preferable to having them as enemies. The motion to accept humanity's full membership in the Galactic Council passed unanimously. Sarah Chen smiled again, but this time no one flinched. They were beginning to understand that when humans showed their teeth, it could mean friendship just as easily as threat. After all, that's what made them truly terrifying and truly remarkable. You never quite knew which one you'd get until it was far too late to do anything about it.